Okay. Well, welcome everybody and happy Tuesday night. We are so happy to have you with us. I'm Tracy Flintoff and I am in the Bonnie Lake Buckley area of the Pacific Northwest, Washington State. And Cami, my partner here, is just down the road in Kent, Washington. And we are so happy to have everyone here with us. And what we're going to be doing tonight is sharing some information that we think is been very helpful. And that's an understatement. It's completely changed our family's life. And we think that the information we'll share tonight will be hopefully something that has an impact on you or somebody you care about. And I'm going to go ahead and screen share. And we'll get this queued up here. And Cami will do the first part. And as we mentioned, this is a newer style presentation. So Cami, you take it away.
Okay, welcome. This is our first screen. What do I say next, Tracy?
And you're able to change slides or remind me. In this situation, am I doing it for you?
I cannot do it.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can't take over your screen. So,
Okay.
so we're thrilled to present this information because as you and I know, we are sick and tired of being sick and tired, or we know people who are, and it's my personal passion to help people live their best life, mind, body, and soul. And what we're presenting tonight is an information about this unique tool that we have discovered, and we just want the world to know about it. And we just appreciate you guys being here. However, Tracy and I are not medical doctors. So we're not going to be diagnosing or treating or curing. We cannot do that as in a formal meeting. We always send you back to your medical professionals, your healthcare provider, when you want to discuss your treatment and diagnosis of ailments. We're just going to present you some products and some ideas, and then head out to share some stories of results that people are getting. So, as you know, our stem cells, babies heal really, really fast. And so when we start out in utero, we are a ball of blessed, sanctified stem cells that are multiplying and multiplying and multiplying and dividing and multiplying and becoming an eyeball, a hair, a heart, a brain, and becoming things. And that stem cell activity is what causes growth. And so that's why brand new babies have a ton of stem cells. They're still growing, they're still developing. And as we age, we have less and less of that stem cell activity. So by the time we're 60 or more, we have about 10% of our stem cell activity in our body. So of course we heal a lot slower. Our telomeres are aged. So we're just wanting to help people create a healthful situation to regenerate those stem cells that have basically gone to sleep or dormant in your body. They're still there, but we want to help regenerate that fresh young stem cell activity. How do we do that? Our options here in the United States, we no longer are able to legally obtain cord blood. So that would be stem cells that are taken from a healthy umbilical cord after a healthy baby is born, and their stem cells are taken and then multiplied and then used medically. That's not as legal to obtain them here in the United States. And other people can get them out of the country. It is somebody else's DNA. They are very expensive. And our options here in the United States are what's called platelet-rich plasma injections, PRP, and they will take draw your own blood out of your bone marrow, spin it, multiply those stem cells, and then they will re-inject your own stem cells back into your body. It is invasive. And the older you are, as we just discussed, the older you are, the fewer stem cells they will be able to source with that injection. In fact, I have a client that is unable to do this because his stem cell activity is so, he's older. So here we're going to be presenting the power of the patch. This is a patented phototherapy product that is a wearable, body heat activated patch that reflects your own infrared light. So you are the source of energy for these patches. The placement is, we were just talking about this last night. It's not, the worst place for them is to leave them in the envelope and not wear them at all. The placement that are suggested are based on Chinese acupressure points. They do work with the meridians of the body. However, we do have blood that flows throughout our whole body. So just as I tell people, if you walk out and your face is the one exposed to the sun, that doesn't mean only your face gets the vitamin D that your whole body makes. Your body gets the vitamin D that your photoreceptors in your face have seen. So it works no matter where you place it on your body. So these are reflecting our own infrared light. You wear them for 12 hours on, and then you take them off. And it's not that they don't work for longer than that. It's that they, it's meant to turn the light on and signal your body, kind of repeating or replacing or reinforcing, that's the word, your circadian rhythm. So, and then of course, repeat daily and drink plenty of water. And then again, we are the power source for this. This makes our product very unique and quite unusual. There's no medicines, there's no anything in it. It's not transdermal. So this is a unique product. So these are some of the things that we can expect to tell somebody that they can expect with using of this product. Rapid pain relief, reducing inflammation, supporting wound healing, increased energy and vitality, enhancing their skin, both in appearance and texture, faster recovery from exercise. That's huge. Mental clarity. And this is, well, and of course, important, improving our sports performance. This is age reversal technology, and it is different in so many ways. This actually starts reversing the age that you are, not in years, but biologically. There are no side effects. It is a privately held company with more than 100 patents. And again, we talked about this, no drugs, no chemicals or stimulants in it, in the patches themselves. This is our patent for the X39. I think there are several patents on the X39, but this one says that when you're wearing this patch, it increases the copper peptide in your system. So that is a proof that wearing the patch increases copper peptide. So now we get to talk about the 50 years of research about what has been going on with the copper peptides. So with this patch, there's better sleep. And so, oh, we're going to talk about combinations, aren't we? Combinations of patches. Or not. This is fun. This is like playing slide roulette.
It's better when we're sitting next to each other, isn't it? That's what I was thinking.
So much better. I don't know what's coming.
So this is where we have people unmute and share a testimony. Do we have anyone on the call tonight who would like to do that for us?
Oh, Jeff. Tell us what's going on. Where were you like before your patching experience, and how has it been so far? I know you're fresh at it.
So I'm just discovering something that's rather shocking to me. I have my elbows are so dry that they literally feel like burlap.
Oh.
And I just happen to, and I also have my feet are so dry. My wife's been buying me all these creams and whatnot to put, and special socks to put on my feet. And because when I walk on the carpet, and we don't have carpet except in this room, it's almost like Velcro.
Oh, yeah.
My feet are, I can actually feel my feet sticking to the Velcro. So I'm sitting here listening to you talk, Cam, and I felt my elbows. Mind you, I started doing the patch this morning at 7 o'clock, the X39 and the glutathione. My elbows are very smooth. I'm sitting here feeling my elbow, and I'm going, wow, my elbow. So I decided to take these socks off to see if my feet were smoother. That dry, crumbly, flaky skin that I had for yesterday is gone.
Wow.
I'm sitting here in a little bit of disbelief right now because my feet are smooth. I've only been wearing the patch for 12 hours almost.
That's amazing.
This is really kind of blowing me away. And I just discovered it while you were talking, because I usually have my arms on these elbows on these armrests. And then I have to, kind of scratch them. And I'm feeling it. I'm going, God, it's as smooth as a baby's butt. I'm a little bit blown away here. I can't wait to show my wife. She's
I love it.
But that's my testimony in just one day.
Wow.
That's
wow, no kidding. Wow. I'm all done now. I don't need to know anything more. I'm literally kind of shell-shocked, to be honest with you, all joking aside.
I love it.
I can't believe my feet are not scaly, and I literally am in a point of disbelief right now.
That is exciting. That is good.
Wow.
Smooth skin is a really nice thing. Karla, did you have something you wanted to share with us?
Oh, sure. I can share. Every day it seems like there's something new. I realize I'm not hurting. It's kind of crazy. First off, my first experience with indication that these patches are pretty miraculous is my swelling of my ankles. And that was a result of having 27 lymph nodes removed when I had a hysterectomy. And as a result of that, it completely disrupted my lymphatic system and caused me to have to come home, not quite every night, but on a regular basis after a long day, and elevate my feet to get the swelling down. And I don't know, it was a couple, 3 months into this that I realized, oh my gosh, I haven't had any trouble with swelling. And that was pretty amazing because it was a pretty regular thing. And I thought, when I talked to the doctor, they said, well, that's just how it's going to be. You're going to have to wear, what are those socks that are really tight?
Compression socks.
Yeah, compression socks. And I'm thinking, there is no way I am going to have to wear compression socks the rest of my life. And so anyway, to this day, I haven't had any swelling of my ankles. And it's the only thing I'm doing really differently is there's the patches. It's got to be the energy moving in my body. And then just, you forget about how much you hurt when you deal with pain on a daily basis. It just becomes part of, you just deal with it. And honestly, I just can't believe how less of pain I'm in. Now, I can't say I'm totally out of pain, but I don't feel like an 80-year-old person when I get out of bed in the morning like I used to. I have a pretty physical job, and there'd be days that I would be lifting things, moving things I'm in the event business. So, you got to be on point on a wedding day or an event day. And the next day, it would have to be my recovery day. It would just be like I just vegged out the whole day because I couldn't function, because my body would be so torn up and so wiped out and fatigued. And these patches have been a miracle for me because I don't miss a day to be recovered. I literally can't believe after a really heavy day, the next morning, I don't feel like a Mack truck has hit me. I feel like the muscle recovery, I think is what they call it, has been incredible. And one other thing, I mean, there's many different things, but one other thing just recently is I realized I haven't been to a chiropractor for a couple of years. And I used to have to live by a chiropractor, getting adjusted on a regular basis. And it wasn't until I had a meeting with a nutritionist, and they said, you really should probably get regular adjustments so that your spine is in alignment and you don't have any kinks getting nutrition and the messages to the right organs. And that's when it dawned on me. It's like, oh my gosh, there'd be days that I could hardly move my neck, my back would hurt, my hips would hurt. And I lived to go to the chiropractor. And I still need to go for that reason, but I'm not having to go because I'm in immense pain. And so this is just a life changer for me. And it's just this little patch. It's pretty crazy how powerful the body is when it's given a little bit of a boost. So that's kind of the nutshell, my testimony.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Karla.
You're welcome.
And I have to say, both of you are touching on these things. They're both collagen related, that smooth baby butt foot you got, Jeff, and that spine that stays in alignment. Those are collagen results. So pretty cool. But Cami, back to you.
Okay. You're going to share your screen for me so I could know what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
talking
I
about?
guess. Yes, we need to do that.
Something to what I've learned about GHK copper peptide is that it does help your skin know the right amount of moisture to keep in it. So I think that's pretty cool. So I'll put this in chat when Tracey is talking, but we love, and I encourage you, Jeff, to write these results down and keep them on a note in your phone or something, because obviously we want to keep track of our health concerns and how we're doing with the patches and what changes are happening. So I'll drop a copy of that in our chat in a little bit, and it's just a nice tickler. So we haven't, it makes you wonder, like, why doesn't the whole world know about this yet? And why did if the company is 20 years old, why haven't so many people heard about it? And the reason is it's been in the athletic world. It started out with the Department of Defense in the Navy SEALs. And then it went to the athletic world. So professional and Olympic athletes have been using these since they came out 20 years ago, and caused quite a stir. But it's just been fairly recently that the company has literally exploded, because what athlete wants to share their secret sauce? But word has gotten out and we cannot stop sharing. We want our friends and family and people we love especially to know about this, but why not the world? So this is actually what happens within the first few days. So what Jeff has experiencing, he's resetting genes, 4,000 genes. So our human genome is like 21,400 something genes. And so within the first 24 hours, it resets 4,000 of those to a younger state. That means it's causing apoptosis of cells that are replicating poorly and brand new baby healthy pluripotent stem cells to be released. And then you can just note that as we keep using the product, different and wonderful things keep happening, like Karla realizing that she is recovering better from her physical activities, like Tracey, 8 months into patching, realizing that she no longer needs bunion surgery. She had completely forgotten about her bunion, and it was no longer there. And so that's what happens as we age, or as we use these patches, different things start melting away. So this study I absolutely love. It's remarkable to me. But this is something that they did. With 6 weeks, they took a group of people wearing the patches, just the X39 for 6 weeks. They took their biomarkers, cardiovascular biomarkers. That's what, they can say, well, you are 57, but according to your heart in your cardiovascular biomarkers, you're a certain age. And then they had them wear them for 6 weeks. And on average, the people reverse aged by 8 weeks. So they were 6 weeks older, but their biomarkers said that they were 8 weeks younger than when they started the study. That's pretty dang cool. Please, if you don't already have this website, know it, love it, memorize it, share it with the world. This is a wonderful resource where you can go see the patents, see the studies, read more about each individual patches. You can listen to 1-hour-long videos about the different patches and get reminded on suggested placement ideas. You can hear about what doctors are saying. It's just a wealth of knowledge. This is one of my favorite sections on that website, and it shares about the patents and science about these patches. And there's a deep dive in the GHK copper peptide. So that is the granddaddy of them all. That is what X39 causes your body to make, as we showed in the patent. And now these are bullet points sharing what studies have shown about the copper peptide. So there's 50 years of research on this copper peptide. It is amazing what it does. Dr. Harmon's book is about the 50 years of research on copper peptides. And so I just invite you into the process to explore more about this copper peptide. It's amazing. And then we can show you some pictures. This is also, some of these you'll see on the website, some of these won't. These are fresh for, like, some of these are not on the StartX39 website. You can see the experience of people with their healing, and this is very visual and visible. So the person on the top with the 3 patches and that cut and the severe bruising, that is Tracey's husband, Eric, after surgery. And they put the Eon patch on his bruising. And you can see in one wearing, he got results in incredible healing and a lot of reduced inflammation. Look, the bruise is not even present under where the patch was. Pretty crazy. And then the one at the bottom is the 3 ladies are 3 ladies that had a plastic surgery procedure. And this was a study done by Adam Shiner. He's a plastic surgery who does a special procedure. And he tracked the 2 volunteers that were using the patches. And one lady who was his control, she was doing the procedure just like he had always done them. He was testing these patches out. the two ladies that they just recovered tremendously faster. So you can see in his determination, the two ladies on the right, 10 days after the procedure, were at the same place in their healing that it took the other lady without the patches 5 weeks to get to. So that's pretty tremendous. So that's a visual thing. So if you know anybody who is about to have a surgery or even has had a surgery, please, please, please let them know about these patches, because they will aid in their recovery. There's another, you'll see this on the website as well. This is somebody with very ouchy looking discs pressing on their spinal cord. And this took some time, and they only used X39, but look at that, the results. You can't deny that. It looks like a different person. So this is Dr. Harmon on the left. And you can see his before picture and after picture. All the gray and gray hair, and his skin even looks wrinkly and grayer. It's just his heart wasn't pumping as it should. They had a right bundle branch block that was discovered in this process, and him wearing these patches actually helped the patch, well, his results, and his cardiologist had a second opinion, but their determination is that his right bundle branch block is now gone, and the only thing differently he did was wear the patches. This is our friend Marcy, and she's incredible. I'm so excited I get to see her this weekend. She is had a double mastectomy. She went through the chemo, the radiation, thought she was free of that nastiness, and then it came back with a vengeance in a side order of a very aggressive skin cancer. And that's when she was introduced to the patches. So she's got an incredible story, and she's amazing. And one of the favorite things about the X39, this was a brain health study, and in 6 weeks, all of the people that participated in this study had a balancing effect on their brain where it was positively headed in the right direction. What you're seeing there in those 3 colored images is a 77-year-old woman who had Alzheimer's. But everybody in that test went in the positive direction, and the only thing that was happening that they were doing differently was wearing the X39. And we love talking about our furry creatures. So all of our patches are marketed for human use. However, except for the AccuLife, which is marketed as a pain relieving patch for animals. But we have seen amazing results. Either if you take your patch off and you put it on your animal's collar after your 12 hours, you can see that Brutus here on the left, he's that black lab that had lost his sight. And within it was a week of patching, his eyesight had returned. So he wasn't seeing perfect quite yet, but he was no longer just laying in a hump on his bed because he was bumping into everything. He was following his owner around in just a week's time. So pretty cool. So we'd love to share with you just a few patching combinations. These are things that kind of blew my mind. So this is something that you can take into your favorite med spa or show your esthetician or show somebody considering a facelift and say, hey, you might be able to do this with light. Same thing with regenerating your gut system. So these patches, this is a patching combination that was put together by a Dr. Velvet. She is not an MD, but she wanted to help her clients, her patients balance their digestion and jumpstart their endocrine system and help their bodies detoxify. A lot of times we hang on to extra padding. It's our protective layer of fat because there are toxins in there. That's where our body stores toxins. It's in fat. By the way, our brain is a significant lot of fat too. So toxins can actually get lodged in our brain and cause problems there. But the glutathione helps our pathways to help give our body permission to detox. And so that's beautiful. The knees, this is a patching combination that has been suggested by the inventor of these patches. And he has so much more knowledge than I do, but he said this combination along with, and again, this doesn't replace great nutrition or giving your body the supplements that it needs to meet certain goals. So he recommends doing these patches and then also taking some collagen and some vitamin C to help your knees repair. And I probably would put aloe vera on at night because that boosts your collagen production also. So here's information. How do you get the most out of your patches? You wear them for 12 hours on, and then you take them off for 12 hours. Can you wear different patches in those off hours? Yes, you may. Just don't wear the same patch for 24 hours. It won't harm you, but it makes your body get used to it, and it will become less, it'll have less efficacy. It'll be work less. So drink lots of water. We recommend that you take your body weight. If you know it in pounds, take that pound number and divide it in half, and that's how many ounces of water you should be drinking. If you can drink a little bit more than that, great. Eat plenty of good whole foods. This is all different ways that you maximize your the benefits of your patches. A lot of that is pretty no-brainer healthy stuff, but do it. I have a lot of people tell me, I don't like water. Well, do you want to be a raisin or a grape? Just saying.
So true. Well, thank you, Cami. That was awesome. So I'm going to walk you through our products that Cami's talked about, the X39, activating those repair cells in the GHK copper peptide. That is really the signature product of this company, and about 80% of the sales of this product. X49 is a more recently developed product. It was being targeted to work on protecting the body and the brain, the cells, from the damage of electromagnetic frequency. And in the clinical trials, David started realizing all these old people started getting, as he calls it, hot, firm, toned bodies. Their muscles started coming back. They weren't working out and they weren't exercising. So he realized he kind of hit the mother lode here because he activated the sister peptide to that GHK copper peptide called AHK. And that is doing so much good for the body. It's working on blood supply, blood flow, circulatory system, regenerating heart, brain, organ, and of course that EMF protection is just huge. We more recently learned this is also really helpful for ladies that have bone density issues and men with testosterone issues. So retail, this is a screaming deal, as Cami would say, at $149.95 for a 30-day supply. And if you had to pay that, that's sure a whole lot better than Tony Robbins, the inspirational, motivational speaker, just recently went down to Panama and got his shoulder replacement. I believe it was $35,000 for that injection. That will, if he's lucky, it's going to work. Let's hope. Doesn't always work, can create some problems. And but it will maybe last him 5 years, 6 years, and they'll be back doing that again. So if you can get a result for $150 a month, that's about like a cup of a coffee, cost of a cup of coffee, I should say, a day. That's a pretty good deal. But how we like to get them, excuse me, my finger hit that button, is we like to get them at wholesale. And we'll talk to you in a minute here toward the end about some wholesale packages, because rather than just paying $150 a month, we can get you multiple months for the cost of about 2 months at retail of just one patch. We can get you about 5 different packages for $300 for that same cost of 2 months at retail. So no one likes to play retail. We love the Costco model of volume, and we're all about that. But Eon is a fantastic patch, raising a peptide in your liver, reducing inflammation head to toe, pulling that inflammation, swelling, heat out of the body. Also works on that autonomic nervous system. So it's taking a body that might be in anxiety or stressed, that is living in the fight or flight mode, and it's putting it into rest and digest. Hugely important for us long term, for longevity. Another one that we love along with X39 and Eon is for people who are living with pain. We can add the ice wave to that combination of X39 and Eon. And we really have everyone start on those two. Those are critically important. But the ice wave acts as a pain blocker. Nothing going into the bloodstream or the body. It's blocking nerve pain communication from point A to point B, working off of the polarity in the body, like a car battery, a positive charge and negative. There are 2 patches in that pack. You're always getting 30 of these, but there are 15 white and 15 tan, and you'd use them in opposing positions where you want to block that nerve pain communication. Some great videos on the website, and we're working on a website right now to help you learn how to use that. Carnosine, we love this one. This is really important. My Eric's dad, my husband's father, was diagnosed with a cognitive decline, pretty rapid onset, lost all the words, all the memories, and was a pretty sad situation. But that X39, the Eon, the Carnosine, and that Alavita at night helped regenerate that, and through the circulation improvements with Carnosine, which you have in your own heart and brain. We are born with Carnosine. We're also born with glutathione. But just like those stem cells, we lose about half when we're 35. That's Mother Nature's design. But glutathione, as Cami mentioned, is that master antioxidant. It's keeping the pathways open to allow our body to push those things out rather than retain them. Energy Enhancer, that was the first patch that David created for the Navy SEALs. That is burning about 300 to 600 calories a day. It is burning our fat for fuel, to fuel the powerhouse of our cells, which is the mitochondria. And pretty amazing that all the athletes used to wear that one. So a lot of them have now switched over to the X39, X49 combination. But this one, again, is fantastic, working on flushing the lymphatic system. So really important. Silent Night, I love that one because when I started using these, I didn't sleep but 2 hours at a time because of hot flashes from menopause. And this one really helped bring my melatonin back and help me get into that deep dream state, and made such a difference for me. I really don't have to use that one any longer. I sleep so well. And when you get to the point of repair, you can go on a maintenance mode or just use it occasionally as you need to. When we are in the critical repair cycle, that first 90 days to 6 months, daily use is really recommended till you start getting the goal results of what you want. Let your body have all that it needs to bring it back. The SP6 is another of my favorite because I lived on an autoimmune issue with my thyroid. I didn't even understand. No doctor explained to me. They just put me on good old levothyroxine for 15 years. And using a combination of these patches, my hot flashes returned. I lost my brain again. My hair started falling out. And I went to my MD doctor complaining, I don't think these patches are working for me anymore. And he explained to me that this SP6, along with a couple of the others, had regenerated, he suspected, my thyroid. And he didn't think it was a matter of that these were not working. He felt I was over-medicated. And lo and behold, the blood test results did prove that to be true. And I got to get off of that. But these are very affordable, I think, for what these do. Worth their weight in gold. At retail, about $80 for a 30-day supply. But we like to get them at wholesale, like we talked about. Comes down to about $49.95 a pack when we get you the initial wholesale pack, or if you're ordering any 3 of these supportive patches there on in the future. They don't have to be the same 3. You can mix and match them, but very affordable for what they do. And this, I love. This combination right here has got me to have some of my friends say, did you get a facelift? Did Eric get you a facelift? Wow, what's going on with you? I'm almost 60. I am a sun worshiper. I used to live in Hawaii, and every vacation I go on is in the sun. And yes, I know that's not so super great for baby beautiful skin, but thank you, David, for creating this, because sleeping with this patch right here between my eyebrows decalcifies my pineal gland, which does so many great things. Helps with the frontal lobe of the brain. It helps elongate telomeres, if you know what that is. Balances pH, but there's also a day cream and a night cream. And this is the best bargain of this entire company. 2 months of the Alavita patches, a day cream and a night cream for $150. So if you ever go to the good old cosmetic counter at, Macy's or Nordstrom, good luck finding anything that's halfway decent for the price of that. And here you're getting a whole system for 2 months on patches and about 6 months on skincare. So just going to talk to you real quickly here about the GHK copper peptide in that X39. These patches are proven with over 90 clinical trials globally done. So we know they work. And when you see a dog, like Cami showed you the dog that, in a week starts seeing again, we know these work, right? But what it's doing is it's elevating your GHK. That is really the fountain of youth. And it is that reason that GHK coming back allows the stem cell production in the body to regenerate. And that is when we start seeing some pretty fantastic repair things. But I want to walk you through a little bit here why some people respond more quickly than others, and why do some people take more time. And just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's not working. Promise you, and trust me, because you cannot feel when, good old blood sugar issues are coming on, or Alzheimer's, or, many, many things, an autoimmune issue. You just don't feel cellular change on the decline, and the same is true on the repair. But it really comes down to our toxic load, our age, our genetics, or epigenetics. What did we get from mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, and going way back into generations? Our diet, whole foods, organics, supplements, versus processed foods, alcohol, and food out of a bag. Those are not the things that bodies thrive on. Stress has a huge impact. And then that EMF, we already talked about that. So, if you feel that you haven't noticed anything, you might ask yourself why or how are you really assessing, and what basis are you using? Are you looking at biomarkers? I don't know if you know what biomarkers are. I did not before this company, but that would be like blood pressure reading, blood markers, cholesterol, different levels of oxygen, hormonal readings, etc. Skin tone, wrinkles, scars, EEG thermography. That was those brains that Cami showed you with the circles, the heated brain, that hot brain of that lady, and then the cold brain. That's thermography showing that. Blood work. Are you taking fewer pharmaceuticals like me? I got off of 2 pharmaceuticals, the only 2 I took, an anti-anxiety to help me sleep, and then that levothyroxine. And when I got everything balanced, I don't need those anymore. What is that worth? That's just huge. Do you have more energy? Do you feel better? Do you have more stamina? Just all sorts of things. So just because right away you aren't necessarily quote unquote feeling something because there's no neon sign that starts flashing, you're in repair mode, our body doesn't operate like that. But just know these are doing what they need to do. Give them time. But inflammation is really at the root cause of so many things. And we can't see a lot of it and we can't feel it. But the question is always, are we addressing it correctly? And a lot of it has to do with diet, toxins, fat. Cami mentioned is really a repair mechanism, or excuse me, a protection and repair mechanism. Not always our friend, right? But, it's protecting those organs from getting infiltrated from toxins. But sometimes when we work out, we can actually gain weight from exercising. Why is that? That's inflammation. That's swelling. That could be water retention or the skin breaking out. But I love this picture because this shows you in 5 minutes what Eon did with heat thermography mapping here. This upper image on the left is the back. You see a hot back there. That's inflammation. 5 minutes later, that is the same person a new image and look at the difference. Lower back, you can see the change here in the heat modulator of that too. Pretty amazing. So if you're not getting the result you want, maybe you are experiencing something like a detox. We call these detox symptoms. These are very short-lived. If we do this right, and we start out really gradually with that X39 and Eon to begin with, use those for about 10, 12 days. That X39 is bringing up your own glutathione about 30%. And we tend to minimize a lot of these issues. But here's the reality. If you happen to get a headache or two, if you happen to get a little rash, it's not the end of the world. These things are going to go away, but these things are helping prevent the very big, scary ones, those fast growing cell things, the big things that, can be a cardiovascular event. So if you do get a skin irritation, we often recommend that you just rotate patches around. It might be an issue with the adhesive. It's very rarely that it is. It's a 3M medical grade adhesive. But when we have signs of buildup, and I had so many of these with my menopause that these patches took away from me. You see the whole litany of items here, the exhaustion, the headaches, the insomnia, the brain fog, irritability, not so much, skin problems, my whole life. My hormones have always been a mess. All sorts of problems. But I want to talk to you about why. Why do we get that? And really, the cells are most plentiful in our body. We're full of cells. And we have this funnel, and things come down the pike as the cells get what they need out of the full food and the fuel. And then they are, generating that within the organs. It comes over down to the lymphatic system. And then we're starting to filtrate out our toxins. It comes into liver and bile duct. And it's our skin, our kidneys, our lungs that are our main purification. And then ultimately into the colon. So it's that drainage process, and that importance of the liver cannot be underestimated. That liver is what keeps us alive. And for many, many years, people in old age still had really good, healthy, beautiful livers. But with our American lifestyle, our toxicity, our, go diets out of a bag and what have you, we are now, new studies are showing a high percentage of our kiddos age 12 years old, some of them have fatty livers today. I mean, we didn't used to see those kinds of things. But here's the good news. The body is beautifully designed to repair and regenerate itself. These patches, again, they are allowing the body to have the tools to do what the body does best, fix it. So that cirrhosis of the liver doesn't have to stay that way, and things can turn around. So real quickly, just want to talk about, what are causes of diseases, and they're finding that long-term exposure to viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites, that causes our immune system to collapse. So, when we're young, we can be exposed to these things and shake them off right away. But as we age, it's harder and harder. But those parasites, I just learned the other day from a nutritionist that 80% of us have them. They aren't killing us, but they're not helping us. But viruses and those long-term viruses can really wreak havoc on our immune system. Bacteria in infections and what have you can become chronic and long-term. And here's the reality. About 6 years ago, we didn't have a lot of the reasons why we have so many toxins on our planet today, like glyphosate, Roundup. That is a chemical product to protect crops. It also, a lot of people, myself included, I've used that for years to kill the weeds in a sprayer. But really, this is more about our diet and consumption. If we aren't eating organic foods, you are likely consuming glyphosate, and that really does bad things to the body. But pesticides, they do get stored. This diet, our heavy metals and our amalgam filling, aluminums and vaccines, cosmetics. Oh my goodness, there's about 160 ingredients. Nobody even knows what they are. It's just a combination of chemicals. Anything that we put in our skin is in our bloodstream in about 12 seconds. So that's pretty shocking. Air pollution, outgassing, and that's carpet, furniture, laundry, dryer sheets. I did not know. Don't use dryer sheets. You really don't need that. It's just more stuff for your skin to have to tangle with. But they did there's a group called the Environmental Working Group, And they did a blood study of 10 Americans in 2004 looking for toxins just to see what they would find. They found 287 toxins in their blood. 212 of those toxins were banned 30 years before they even did these types of tests. 28 of these were waste byproducts, should have never been in the body. They should have been outside of the body. 47 were consumer product ingredients. And here's what they knew. They did not get them from their food. They did not get them from what they're drinking. They were not farmers. They did not work in factories. They did not work around toxic chemicals. So the only thing that they knew about these people that had all of these horrible chemicals was that they looked like this. And this is an example of epigenetics. And they say we actually go back 14 generations in a lot of what we are getting from our ancestors. And so, you know, that mama can try and eat as clean and pure as she is during that pregnancy, but it's what is, you know, handed down to her mom, and so on and so forth. So when our body is not up to par and we're not getting the full energy level that we want, we probably are looking at some tired cells with low mitochondria function, excuse me. And we can have toxic buildup. Damage is occurring and we can be living in survival mode. That's no way to live long term. Let's hope that's a short-term thing. And certainly the patches have a lot to do with turning that around. But again, our toxins do get stored in fat, the liver, the kidneys, our brains, and the damage can be ongoing. And we can have those genetic weaknesses like we talked about. And so that's just something I find really interesting and intriguing. And when I'm working with someone and helping them to help them understand why did we get where we are? It's not a matter of that these patches are not working. It's a matter of our bodies have never had more toxic loads on them and needed these patches more than we do today. So again, just to refresh your memory about the cost and the price points. So 1 month of X39 alone is $150. But, you know, David says we really need to use these 1 month for every decade we are old if we want to get to that repair phase. So say you're 50 years old, you'd be looking at about 5 months of X39. You also need Eon. You also want glutathione. You know, you're going to need several of these. So 2 months is $300 here, which is the X39 or the X49. And they do have a combo discount if you want to use X39 and X49. That is a highly recommended combo. They call it a performance pack. And that is $179.95 for those two together. If you put them on your monthly subscription, they deduct another $10, making them $169.95. But let's talk about these wholesale packages. Think Costco here with me. That silver kit. So instead of you getting just that, you know, 2 months of X39, here's what we can do for $300. We can get you, say, 2 X39. 1 Eon to take out inflammation. We can get you 1 glutathione to open your pathways to get those toxins out. So for $300, we can get you a combination of packs. If we get you just 1 X39, then we can get you 2 more actually of the supportive packs. So that gets us now 5 packs in total for $300. That is a really good deal. And that's a one-time thing. That would be good for one single person. But if you are in a household with a family or a couple, then $249.95 for each of you, making it $500. And that gold kit is a really good deal. You are getting a free supportive pack of your choice in that package because you're paying $500, but you're getting $550 worth of product. And then if you have a lot going on or a lot of people you really care about, or you want to share this in, you know, some way, you might consider the diamond pack. And you don't have to buy all of these in one time. You can always do upgrades. Our company is very generous that way, and they'll credit you for your previous pack. Eventually, I highly recommend you get to that diamond level because there is tremendous cost savings there. So if you are ready to give these a try, we always recommend that you get back with the person who referred you tonight. And these do come with a 30-day money-back guarantee on your first order. So really no risk. But what we're talking about is elevating everything in the body, activating, regenerating, rejuvenating, and just getting back to, you know, life as you envision maybe the golden years being. It's very possible, and you don't have to live with what you have with that you're dealing with right now. There is hope and help, and we are so happy to get to share this, but we look at this truly as a gift. It is an honor and a privilege when I hear of somebody struggling and I get to share this, and you just see a glimmer of hope in their eyes. And then in a couple months, when they call me and they start listing, the litany of things on the list of all the things that have changed, that is priceless. Pretty cool. But because of the FDA in our country, this company is not advertising and not able to advertise as a typical company would. And I think it's really a shame. So they really depend on people like you and I to share this. And it's our job. And I look at it as my duty to share this and make somebody's health life better. But for doing so, the company will give you a thank you check, and you can use that to help buy some additional patches or boost your bank account. Pay for some kiddos' activities, go on your dream vacation, buy that crazy convertible car you always wanted, sky's the limit. But this is the fastest growing direct marketing company in America, the second year in a row. Company is absolutely exploding. And it's a really great company because they're all a lot of practitioners, a lot of naturopaths, chiropractors, acupuncturists in the company, and they graciously share their knowledge, and they're teaching us all the time. And these are how we learn from them with these weekly podcasts. And so many nights a week, you can listen to people sharing their testimonies. Tuesday night is my personal favorite at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Dr. Stacy, she brings on practitioners with really great things. And then Thursday night, we have it in Spanish. And then again, every Tuesday night, Cami and I have committed and dedicated to being here so that we can be the experts for you. You never have to. If you have somebody you want to share it with, give them our Zoom code. 1 quick hour, and we're happy to answer questions at the end as well. Wednesday night, our friend Marcy, she does another one of these from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and she has a different code. But really, we have finally figured out what we want to be when we get older, and that is younger. Who doesn't want to be? And so I am going to stop sharing, and we'd like to open it up. So if Cami and I can answer any questions for you, we're happy to do so. Anybody have any questions? Yeah, feel free to, let's see. Jeff, did you have a question there? You want to unmute yourself?
I do.
Okay.
Well, let's let Carmen go first. Carmen, please go ahead. You need to unmute yourself.
Okay, I am using the ones for the gut, the 4 placements. So I'm on day 3 again. So do I start over on day 1?
Yes. So day 1 would be above your belly button. So you're bringing those 4 patches way up, just below the breastbone, kind of. And then day 2 is around the belly button. Day 3 is below the belly button, and you just keep regenerating or recycling that system 6 times. A minimum, I'm going to tell you, a minimum of 6 times. When we first learned about this from Dr. Velvet, she said, 18 days was it. Well, I've since learned from Dr. Stacy and Laura, who is a fitness coach, and they are recommending people that do have big goals in weight and body reshaping. They can go up to 90 days. You're never going to hurt yourself with these. You can take some periodic breaks here and there, but you can continue on. Doesn't have to be limited to just 18 days as we initially thought. We keep learning. It's pretty great. Keep learning.
I would like to make a quick suggestion to the gentleman about to remember where the patches are. I do it on a spreadsheet, and it isn't elaborate. I put in each column I put the name of the patch, and then I just put under it where I put it. And that way I remember. So that's easy. It's not a complicated spreadsheet. You're not multiplying and doing formulas. You just put the name of the patch, and then in that column where you put it.
Very good. And then also we have a new tool. We have a website. We have not officially launched it yet, but you guys are in our close-knit family here. So I'm going to give you what that is. It is Harmony Health. And then it's the number 4, YOU.com. And when you go, there is a getting started section, and you'll come down to, there's a patching placement sheet. And it kind of does what Carmen is talking about, but we've kind of taken some of the work out of it for you. So hopefully you don't have to recreate the wheel. And you can download that, save it on your computer, or print it But it breaks this down into your first 10 to 12 days is X39 and Eon. And then you can use like your Ice Wave, your Silent Night, and your Alavita in the introductory phase. And then you can start adding some additional, and then it goes into daytime and nighttime. And do you have to rotate it as a static placement? But I'm hoping that when we get this website up and going, that's going to be really useful and help everybody understand that better. These are powerful. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but we're developing some tools to help get your running shoes on and get you running through the learning curve here much more quickly.
So,
What's your
so
question, Jeff?
what I'm going to do is, I've got several questions. One is this pack that I ordered. Is that on an auto ship, or is that a
No,
one time?
that's a one-time order. And then I don't have your account in front of me. I don't remember what you selected for
I
having a
understand.
recurring order, but we recommend that you use the X39 for 1 month for every decade you've been alive. But let's say you bought a silver pack, it's actually a better deal for the second month to upgrade your account from a silver to a gold and spend $200 and get $250 worth of product if you want to.
Well,
If there's
that's something that I'll have to sit down and talk with you about. I don't want to use the time today to figure out how this is generating revenue and all that stuff.
yeah,
The other question I have, and I do want to know about that, Cami, so we'll get together, okay?
cool.
I've got the Alavita and I've got the Aeon. Now I'm just going to do these two for 1 month, or these four, the glutathione and then the X39 I'm going to do in the morning, and then the Alavita and the Aeon I'm going to do at night for the
Okay.
next 30 days. But I don't remember what the Alavita is for, and
So
I
the
don't remember what the Aeon is for. And I'm not
Eon,
sure that I have the material that tells me. I don't.
yeah, iPhone 3, what's your name?
Well,
James? Oh, that's right. You were familiar. You're muted here. Here we go. You're muted. And I'm like, I was racking my brain going, you're a familiar face. I know you have seen your face before.
Yes, I work with Nancy,
Yes.
Cascadia Chiropractic. It's
That's
where I got started with this. Yes.
That's awesome. So
And
good
so
to
I'm
see your
still
face.
still working on this to, eventually possibly get into doing the sales type of thing. So, but I was going to reach out to you and personally, like he was stating with you, to personally ask you some questions about the program, what, where, how, and so on. And I'm getting a good clue right now. It's been awesome. Glad I showed
Yeah.
up.
Awesome.
Are
I'm
you
so glad
using
to-
the patch?
Yes,
James,
I have X39 on it here, and then the Avita here during the day. And I mean, not Avita, the Eon. Eon and X39, I've been wearing daily. And I'm doing the ice pack every once in a while in certain areas. But I bought the Alavita, but I didn't get the skincare package. So
That's
I need
fine.
to order that's okay. I just order the package to get the lotions. Okay.
Yes.
So
They are
on my next
delightful.
order, then I think I'm going to do X39 and X49. But I'd like to look into the SP6 because there's some blood sugar issues in my family, and I'm kind of like, I'm not bored, but there's some. I take a pill to help with the sugar issue. It's called yeah, right.
The alpha lipoic
I would
acid?
like to look into that the SP6.
SP6 is delightful for blood sugar issues. Also, I have heard our friend Dr. Stacy, she's got a delightful YouTube channel. If you guys ever want to do more research, she interviews other doctors who are using the products. She's incredible, just a wealth of information. But I heard her say that carnosine is also top on her list. After you're using X39 and Eon, carnosine would be a very, very good one for blood sugar issues as well. and she didn't even mention the SP6 in that
Okay.
breath.
Okay.
But what I know is that the SP6 does help stimulate the function of different internal organs like kidneys and your pancreas, really good for your intestines, your thyroid. So the SP6 is really good. Carnosine works in differently, that it helps your brain
Brain, heart.
detox from, yeah, it helps your brain detox from aluminum. It helps your brain and your nervous system. It helps your heart and your cardiovascular system and your muscles. But I didn't correlate it with blood sugar issues, but she said, oh yeah, that's top on her list. So there you have it.
And my apartment had been redone here, and there's a lot of chemicals. I'm so disgusted with the process for which they did it when they could have done it when somebody's not in the place.
Right.
But I'm whirling with air quality, air purification, and Nancy and I were working on that. Body code tested me and so on. Yes, toxins, blah blah blah. So every night I'm out of here, get out a walk.
Good,
every
good,
night.
good.
I just,
Good.
And I also do yoga tai chi, so I'm really on this body work. So
Yeah, I'm so excited.
I'm excited to.
Me too. I put him in the chat. I don't know if you got it, Jeff. Did you get the all products sheet there? I've been dropping links of the different flyers and things, so you can download them from the chat and save them to your computer. But if you ever want more like a deep dive, because you were talking about the products and the placements, if you go to that startx39now.com website, well, when ours is up, you can look at ours. It's beautiful. I cannot wait. That Tracey's worked really, really hard on that website.
The Harmony Health.
harmonyhealth4u.com. And I put that in the chat also. But if you ever need like, oh, what is this patch? I need a quick reference. The startx39now.com. You've got the all products flyer there, James. And that's where we got it from. It's from that website, the startx39now.com. If you scroll on that website down where you see a photo of the different patches, it's right after where it gives you instructions on how to wear the patches. There's 3 buttons. There's one where you can download an order form. There's one where you can download that all products flyer, and then there's one where you can do a deep dive of information on the different patches, where there's a paragraph of information, and like you could click on a video and watch 1 hour of David Schmidt talking about the process that he did and talking about that patch. So I love listening to David Schmidt. He's tremendous.
I went there and it was really wonderful.
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah. And you can also do that on YouTube if you want to. If you're curious and you don't want to go through the steps of going to a website, you can go to YouTube and just do a search, LifeWave, David Schmidt, and name whatever patch name you want more information on, and you'll get those 1 hour videos. He's about annually, he comes out with an updated video on all of our different patches, so you can watch a deep dive on any of the patches.
Great.
I'm downloading all of these right now. I didn't know you had all this going on in here.
Yes, good stuff.
Okay, I'm good.
Yay.
I have to go now.
Okay.
Let me ask a quick question. I've got the 2 patches that I'm going to wear tonight, the Aeon and the Alavita. Where do I put these? What, in the middle of my forehead?
The Alavita, the recommended place is here. I couldn't wear it there for the first couple of nights because the dreams that it caused me to make were like vivid and like stimulating. Like I like couldn't, I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. And somebody told me if your dreams are too much, then you put it behind your ear, your right ear. And so
Well, I
that's
want to
what I
check out the
chose to do.
dreams.
I know, right?
I want to check out the dreams.
So
Give me a good
now I
one.
wear it here most nights. But I do know that your skin does a lot of repairing at night. So literally, Jeff, I can't wait, because if you think your skin is doing great just with the X39 and the glutathione, I'm telling you, good stuff
Well,
is happening.
I do have psoriasis lifelong too. It goes back and forth from one leg to the other. So I'm curious about that too. I got rid of it at one point, but it came right back. The Eon patch, where should I put that one?
So if you have pain or tense muscles anywhere, definitely put them in that area. So like a lot of us who work a desk job may have a back issues or back concern, put it right there. But the recommended places for that are the same as X39. So that would be on C7, just at the back of your neck, or a few inches below your belly button. So that's for
Okay.
general use. That's what we do.
All right. So do you guys know what Richard Pryor used to say to the police officers on a regular basis?
No.
Can I go now?
You can go now.
I invited a couple of people to join us tonight. Neither one did, but you know how that works. We'll try again. We'll try again next
Yes,
week,
keep trying. And
because I have some
also,
testimony now.
yes, you do.
I
I'm
really
so
do,
excited.
ladies. This dryness here, it's flaky and crusty. This is smooth. I'm like stunned. I can't wait to walk out of this office and show my wife.
I'm
And
so
And I
she's
noticed
got me-
excited.
skin
she's-
healing faster.
She
Yeah.
loaded me up with all this stuff. I've got creams for days. I'm like, oh, this stuff doesn't work. So I'm
Yeah.
A
quite
lot of those
surprised.
creams have toxins. Just remember, a lot of those
Well,
things.
she's real good about that, because she makes products
Oh, good.
specifically to
Good.
avoid the products or the poisons. So
Yeah,
she
good.
reads these labels like a scientist, but they don't work. I mean, they just don't work. They never have. So this
Well,
is
we're
good. I'm
glad
excited.
you're here.
I do have to
Yay.
go though. So
Okay, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be here again next
Yes.
Tuesday. And Cami and I are always around if we can help in any way. Questions?
Well, yeah, not tomorrow and not Sunday or Saturday. I'm going to Florida to go meet David Schmidt. So
wow, cool. Bye.
She's going to
I
the
know.
doctor
See ya.
panel. She's gonna have a great
Right? I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Super excited. So, but I am available by text, James, and I'd love to set up a phone call with you. I've been in contact with Nancy and with Dr. Castle, so I'd love to get another event headed up that way. So just let me know.
Okay, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
everybody.
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Have a beautiful
Have
night.
a great time,
Yeah,
Cami,
thank you
and
again.
learn lots and bring back lots of info.